We actually had a pretty specific reason for coming to Animal Kingdom today, and that was to get to the bottom of a hot dog mystery. But first, this used to be where you could get photos with actual characters, but today there is only this up character billboard. It's a bit after 3 p.m. when we enter, and there is a promisingly low amount of people at the entrance. There also seems to be a lot of people leaving, so does that mean lower crowds today? No, it does not mean lower crowds. We have obviously made a rookie mistake by coming on the day after a holiday in February. If you know Disney World well, you know that mid-February starts to lead up to the spring break crowds that flock here in March and April, but I guess we are off our game a little now that we live nearby and can come visit on a whim. Well, as long as you get a park reservation for now, but it looks like after April 18th this year, we pass holders can come in after 2 p.m. without a reservation, except for the weekends. This is so much better because we typically don't get over here from Daytona Beach until around 2 p.m. anyway. So we weren't here to ride any rides. We were solving a mystery. The last time we were here, we noticed something weird, and that's hot dog prices. They seem to be different from one cart to the next for pretty much no reason. Now, we've eaten plenty of hot dogs over the years at Disney World, but we've never had a hot dog at Animal Kingdom, so today was the day. We figured we would start our investigation in Africa and plan to go counterclockwise through the park from there. Our first stop was the Harambe Fruit Market. While we were there, we saw some performers in authentic dress, but we weren't sure if these were the Tam Tam drummers of Harambe that were advertised to be performing in this area because there was only one drummer. So we bought our first hot dog here, and it was advertised as being served with potato chips, but we were given the option to get Doritos or Cheetos instead. The price was $9.79 plus tax, but we also asked the cast member if it could be purchased without chips.
Yep, one hot dog. Water and a churro. Destiny, what are you doing? Are you
If we didn't get the chips, does it make the hot dog cheaper?
You have your money?
Okay, thanks. There's no difference, you said? $1 difference? Oh, okay, so it would be $1 cheaper. Can I get... Thank you. So while we paid $10.43, we could have saved $2.67 by getting the hot dog just by itself. We had the bright idea of bringing a food scale to weigh the hot dogs, but it didn't end up being very accurate. And how did this hot dog taste? It was really salty, but overall it was okay and nothing to complain about. In a pinch, if I was really hungry and needed something to eat and I wasn't willing to wait to get something better from someplace further away, I would buy one of these for $7.76 at the Harambe Fruit Market. Our investigation then took us down and around the corner, past the Festival of the Lion King, to a small concession cart overlooking the river. This part of the park seemed to be a great spot to catch the character flotilla as the boats drive around the river.
These famed explorers found a quest that surely fits the bill. For these daring ducks are headed to Africa in search of the legendary Lion King.
It's just a raccoon. It's a raccoon.
Anyway, getting back to the hot dog business, the combo here is advertised as $10.25.
Hello. Can I get a hot dog? Am I able to get the hot dog without the chips?
Technically you can, but you'd be paying.
Oh, so you're still paying for it here. Okay. All right, then I will get the hot dog with the... Can I get Doritos?
Yeah, of course. So one hot dog with chips, one hot dog.
Yes.
That's going to be $10.25.
Okay. Thank you.
So we weren't charged tax here, which would have made this hot dog combo slightly cheaper than Harambe Fruit Market, but we noticed that the bag of chips included at this location was smaller, so it was a wash. Still, I'd rather not get the chips at all, so Harambe Fruit Market wins this round. This hot dog was identical in taste and saltiness as the last one. We continued our journey south to see what a hot dog would set us back in Pandora, the world of Avatar. You're warned here that the creatures in this pool will spit water at you, but they haven't worked the last 2 times we've been here, and our last visit was months ago. We found a hot dog meal at Satu'li Canteen on the kids menu called Telu Hot Dogs Wrapped in Dough. We have sat under this outdoor awning before to eat a pretzel we bought from Pangu Pangu, but before today, we've never gone inside, so this was a new experience for us, and we were surprised at how uncrowded it was inside, although there was a cast member outside sort of blocking the entrance, so we're not sure if you're not allowed in here unless you're making a purchase or what. We were really impressed with the theming. This seating area reminds me of the lobby of Jambo House at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. This was a meal that came with 2 kids' sides and a drink. This was definitely the best deal so far because the entire meal was only $7.59 and with tax came out to $8.08. The hot dog itself was the exact same salty dog that we had had at Harambe Fruit Market and the concession cart outside of the Festival of the Lion King, but the dough it was in was really delicious and had a bit of a sweet glaze on it. The Telu hot dog has moved to the top of the list based on value and the added benefit of the tasty dough wrap. From Pandora, we walked the northeast pathway that would take us back towards the Tree of Life, and we noticed another hot dog cart just beyond Tiffin's restaurant.
The hot dogs, $10.25.
This was another $10.25 hot dog location, but interestingly enough, they had the larger Doritos bag here. Our search continued into Dino Land, where we figured we would get an expert opinion on where to look for hot dogs. Being a Dino Land local, Daisy was very enthusiastic about our search, and she was more than happy to kindly point us in the right direction, which was towards the Dino-Rama area. The Cornivores popcorn cart isn't just a clever name. They also carry the quickie $10.25 hot dog with chips. And as we were leaving Dinoland, just beyond that big dinosaur, there was another concession cart selling the $10.25 hot dogs. Next, we made our way towards Asia. One note about Animal Kingdom is that there are a bunch of places where the walking paths narrow, where small crowds seem to turn into big ones. You know, we never noticed these really cute Asian stylized Russell and Doug statues before. took a quick look at the Thirsty River Bar in Asia, and they had the same priced hot dog and chips offering as the Harambe Fruit Market. We didn't try the hot dog here because we assumed it was the same. As we were heading out of Asia and back to Discovery Island, we noticed that Cali Rapids was closed, but we weren't thinking about riding it anyway. We had one more hot dog to try. Our last stop on this hot dog mystery tour was going to be Flame Tree Barbecue. This used to be one of our top 5 restaurants anywhere on Disney property, but for us, the quality has gone down over the past few years, so we don't usually eat here anymore. But there's a hot dog on the menu and we needed to try it. Based on the line for ordering, mobile order was definitely the way to go, and our order was ready right after we placed it. A really great thing about Flame Tree Barbecue is their seating area. It is enormous, which it needs to be, because this place can get really crowded at mealtimes, and even with its size, finding an open table can be a challenge, but it is also quite beautifully designed and picturesque. It was pretty empty at the time we visited. This seating area really is almost like its own little park. The birds can be really aggressive here with trying to steal your food, but they didn't actually bother us today, so maybe they were either already full, or maybe the staff is enforcing that no feeding the animals policy. So how did the Flame Tree Barbecue hot dog measure up? This was definitely the best tasting hot dog of the day. This hot dog was slightly darker in color compared to the other ones, not as plump, but it had much more flavor. The only downside is the bun was really dry and could have benefited from a little steaming. Our hot dog meal was $8.08 with tax included, which is the same price as the Satu'li canteen, and also included a drink and 2 sides. We got these fun bug graham crackers, which were an enjoyable dessert. Well, to recap, the hot dog concession carts charge $10.25 because they don't charge tax. That's technically cheaper than places like the Harambe Fruit Market and Thirsty River Bar, but the size of the bag of chips could be a wild card. But the real hot dog deals are at the quick service restaurants because they include an extra side and a drink, and those meals are $2.17 cheaper than the hot dog concession carts. We also found that the quick service hot dogs, which were stops number 3 and 8 for us, tasted better. In the end, we ate a bunch of hot dogs and have 2 favorites, but we couldn't solve the mystery of the Animal Kingdom hot dog price differences. Thank you for watching, and remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Paradise Today to see which DVC resort we think is the best for non-park stays at the end of March.